Hello boys and girls, in today's episode we are going to do a small upgrade of our CLS. It's a big brake kit from Brembo. So let's begin. Actually it's very heavy, but this disc is a two-piece component made of steel and aluminum, and actually it is 3 kilos lighter. I have to use heavy artillery. The wheel too, caliper removal, I need to support the caliper. I'll use zip ties. I need to move the brake pads away from the disc. I'll use the flat screwdriver. Okay, now the caliper is free. I have to deactivate the SBC system. Okay, it's done. Okay, let's remove the caliper. I have to remove the old brake disc. The hub needs some cleaning. Previously I was using copper grease to protect the hub from rusting. After cleaning, it looks in great condition. No need to use the wire wheel to clean it. I'll apply a thin layer of copper grease to the hub. It will protect it from rusting. Let's install the upgraded disc. The bolt. I'll torque this bolt with 8 Newton meters. Click. This is the new custom-made mounting hardware that I'll be using. It includes caliper spacers, shims and high-grade bolts. I decided to use the new disc's internal venting grips as temporary support for the components. The spacers that I have to use, one on the top and one on the bottom, they're the same. Let's cut the zip tie and check the caliper fitment. Okay, I'll install the bolt and the necessary spacer. The bottom one. I'm checking the fitment. The disc offset matches to the previous one. It looks okay. Now I have to apply medium thread locker to the bolts and torque them. Some medium thread locker. Okay, let's install it. Some thread locker to the top bolt. And final torque, hand tight with extra pipe. The new brake disc fitted. It clears perfectly. It's beautiful, isn't it? Wheel installation. The right side is done. I'm still having some clearance left. On the top it's very tight and on the bottom. But definitely the 19-inch wheels are the minimum size for this big brake kit. At this point, you might be wondering why I didn't replace the brake pads along with the discs. The idea is to test the improvement in stopping performance from the new components alone, without changing anything else. The first removal of this bolt. I'll return it to support the caliper. You may notice that the new discs have vents, similar to the old ones, but the upgraded version also features additional slots. These holes act as vents for the gases generated by the brake pads, especially under heavy braking. Without them, the gases can work against the brake pads and reduce braking efficiency. Additionally, the holes increase the surface area of the discs, further improving cooling. The slots on the upgraded discs shave a thin layer of friction material from the brake pads, ensuring that the pads always have a flat surface against the discs. This leads to more even wear on the discs and helps prevent scoring. During installation, I noticed that the internal webbing on the upgraded discs is completely different from the stock version. This likely enhances the internal airflow, further improving the cooling of the discs. Additionally, the performance discs featured floating design compared to the stock solid rotors. This enhances stopping performance by minimizing the warping of the brake disc's working surface, which is typically caused by the temperature differences between the center and friction surface in solid disc design after intense braking. The heat causes the outer working surface to expand, while the cooler center remains stable. This uneven expansion leads to warping, which makes the brake pads bounce against the discs. The result can be the steering wheel vibrations, brake noise, and increased stopping distance. This job took me about 1 hour and 30 minutes. I shaved about 6 kilos from the front end of the car, but the most important is that these 6 kilos are rotational mass. Each disc is about 3 kilos lighter compared to the stock one, and it's 20 millimeters bigger. I have to test the car and share what's the difference in performance terms. Is there any improvement or it's the same, just weight shaving. And now I have to activate the SBC. And now I'm done, so let's test the vehicle. After a short 10 km drive, you could already see how unevenly the brake pads had worn from the old discs, with 2 distinctive wear pads on each disc. A couple of days later, after about 200 km, the upgraded discs slots shaved off enough material for the brake pads to sit properly, allowing me to perform high-intensity braking tests. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to replicate the exact track weather conditions and temperatures, so I decided not to measure the precise stopping distance differences. Here is what I noticed. Under light braking, the performance feels the same as before. However, during the intense braking, there is a significant improvement. The car remains more stable, and I didn't need to make any steering corrections during heavy braking. It also feels like it's stopping in a shorter distance. I performed 3 consecutive high-intensity stops without any noticeable brake fade. With the stock discs, the brakes would likely have overheated, warped, and possibly changed color under similar conditions. Here you can see the discs immediately after high-intensity braking. I've developed 2 different kits, one for upgrading to 380mm Brembo discs and other for 390mm Brembo discs. This upgrade addresses one of the biggest limitations of W211 E55 AMG and W219 CLS55 AMG. You can find links to the listings in the video description.